Okay. I'm just setting up things. Hello, Sumit. Hi. Is this your first time? Am I pronouncing your name right? Because sorry if I'm.
Yeah, I'm Smith. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
This is my first time joining the session, and I'm completely new to this. So,
Yeah.
if anybody could, uh, help me catch up with what's going on.
Yeah. So Sumit, this is Saturday Night Spooky Stories. My name is Dik Sharma. I'm hosting the session today. Generally, it is hosted by Suresh, but he is busy today. And this is a safe space. We are all believers. You can share any stories, any experience, or any legends you have heard about. We are believers in ghosts, but we try to take a scientific angles to things too. So yeah, you can, and we don't judge anyone or anyone's experience. We are here just to have a little bit of fun, and we are all in ghost stories and ghost movies enthusiasts. The chat generally starts with ghost stories, but it can delve into topics like psychology or even like science and even ancient history. But we try to keep the discussion around ghosts. And there are like few regular joinees. Like I first time joined as a regular joinees, but today I'm hosting as a progress. It's been years since it's been more than a year since I have been joining these sessions. So yeah, we sometimes just join to have fun also.
Okay, that's really great. I just wanted to know if when you say anything that's related to horror, does that include anything? Is it limited only to like supernatural stuff, or is it also with things that humans do or something horrifying they might have done to someone or anything?
Well, we try to stay away from gore because it generally disgusts people, and even frankly saying me personally, and even other admins. But yeah, any like kind of which is a possession story or psychological episodes which we can discuss. Generally, we try to avoid gory stuff. If you can get me, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Sure, cool.
Sure. Hello everyone. I'm just setting up things. Give me a few minutes, then we'll start the session. This is yeah. Sorry, I forgot to give a disclaimer. This session is being live on YouTube. You can check it out on this link, and we have our YouTube channel. All most of the sessions are uploaded in the YouTube. YouTube live stream.
I feel humans are even more horrifying than ghosts. So,
I
any human stories would be, I would say, anything but gory. It's my opinion. I personally would love to listen to a Homo sapien horrifying another Homo sapien. But yeah, it's of course it depends on the host and other participants as well.
You are right, Swagata. Generally, I have seen that even any kind of horror movies or stories I can uh, work with, but whenever it comes to human horror, it always disgusts me, like things which people have done, or like if we talk about serial killers or like that, it is generally really scary for me. Hi, Jeevan is here. Hello, Jeevan. I think he's busy. Okay. Who else is here? Harsharaj. Hi Harsharaj, and how? Hi Shruta. Are you guys new or like rejoining? Sorry.
Hi, Dev. I joined last week. I was saying few stories and
Oh,
yeah, yeah, I was there last week.
oh, okay. So, do you have any story or any horror
Oh,
experience?
I shared many stories last week, so I don't have any this week.
Oh, sure.
Maybe.
Okay, that's okay. Who else is there? Soumya. Hi Soumya. and Hanshat
Hello.
Raj. Hi, hi, hi.
Hi. Hi.
Is this your first time?
No, no, no. I was there last time, right?
Oh, last week.
Yeah.
So, any horror experience or stories to share?
Yeah, I have few. Like I actually shared like few horror experiences last time, like about the Lambi They Are Mines. Last time I shared it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
I've
I
seen those. Yeah, yeah. That's it.
yeah. So I have like two, three more. Like I have like multiple experiences, but I'll share. Like you guys can start it. Like I'll just share in some minutes, possible.
Okay, sure. Sure.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay. So, who else is there? Devabrata. Hi. Are you new or like did I forget your name? Sorry, because so many people are joining and sometimes I miss out names. Yeah.
Yeah, hi. Yeah, this is my first time over here.
Uh,
So, yeah, so just want to know like how things goes on
Yeah, let me
maybe in
tell
the
you.
first time.
Basically, we here share ghost stories and horror experiences. We are all believers. We try to take out scientific angles of any story, legend, or even like experience that people had. But yeah, generally we love anything about horror movies. You can share your experiences or any stories you have heard. We would love to hear.
Okay, got it. So for today, I don't have any as such because this was just an impromptu plan I just joined. Maybe on the next discussion, I'll share something definitely.
Sure, sure, not an issue. We would love to hear.
Thank you.
Oh, Jeevan is driving. So, okay. Just give you a background. We also have few people who are like who are like into the horror work. Jeevan, who just left the session, is paranormal expert. He generally joins, but today I think he's a little busy. Who else is there? Hello, Tanishka, and some people.
Hi.
Hi. So, this is your first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Saturday Night Spooky Stories. My name is Dick Sharma. Here we tell ghost stories, stories or legends or even like experiences we had, and we try to take a scientific angle. But we are ghost believers and we love anything or everything related to ghosts and horror movies. If you have any experience or any thing you have heard or any legends around your area, you can share. We would love to hear. Thank you.
I'd not like to share, but I'll gladly like to listen to you all.
What? Can you repeat? Sorry, I didn't get it. I think I missed something.
I don't exactly have anything to share, but I'd like to like hear
Yes,
whatever you
yes,
guys have.
sure, 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 sure. So, Swagata, do you have any new story or anything? Which you left? Swag.
Well, I do have a story to share. But can I do it later? Like others share their stories, and I can
I
share.
don't think there are anything older, any like legacy members today. So I think you have to start, or like I can share a story to start.
It's very nerve wracking to start being the first person to start this time. Soumya has something to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Like uh, I'll start. Okay.
Yeah,
Like
sure, sure, please.
I have like two experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, any of you guys have been to this place called Barog? Like, it's a it's a station between Simla, Kalka. Like Kalka and Simla, it's a midway between Simla and Kalka. It's in Himachal Pradesh. So it's a very very cozy station. Like, so there is a tunnel number 33. It's believed to be haunted. Like this is called the Barog tunnel. So rumor spread among the like workers that this guy, the guy named Colonel Barog, he is not actually efficient to build this tunnel. So what happened one day, like out of frustration, this guy went to the tunnel and uh, he did suicide. Like he killed himself with his dog. So he shot out his dog and then he shot out himself. So after that, what happened? Like after 2 to 3 days, people got his body, and after that, it is believed that this place is haunted. So I was interning with this guy called Jay Alani, like in like 2017, 2018, in that period. So we had a visit to this tunnel. So we actually asked the railway master like, can we go? Because if you go to some public place, you have to take permission, like so that you can like so you can do the investigation properly. So had we asked the permission, but the railway uh, authority, they didn't give us the permission. They told no, like it's actually dangerous, and it's actually believed among the locals that this is a very very haunted tunnel. And if you go inside the tunnel, you have like different haunting experiences. So what happened? We went inside this tunnel. We had like investigation for like around 2 to 3 hours, and we normally go inside this tunnel from like let's say 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. This is actually the peak time because 3 to 4 is it is believed to be the devil's time, and all this haunted activities happens during that time. So actually, what happened when we were going inside the tunnel? There is a dog. There is a Labrador dog who, and it was following us. So it was coming with us, and from our group, somebody told that, dude, la- uh, Colonel Barog also had a Labrador, and it is of the same color also. So is it a haunted dog or what? But afterwards we found out that it was not a haunted dog. Neither the tunnel is haunted. It is just a story made by the locals and like a lot of things. We did our like investigation and we found out nothing. Like we didn't got anything because and a lot of people can also tell like your aura might be stronger or like that might not be the day you find out a ghost or something. But we actually had this for completely 3 days, like three nights, sorry, to be correct. And one of the night was the night of this Amavasya. So most people believe that during Amavasya, like ghost activities are its peak, right? So this is just a story like to tell that not all haunted places are actually haunted. A lot of places are just tagged as haunted because the locals have spread some rumors or there is some backstory around it. And when we came up with the investigation later also, then we found out that there is no such people, no such person called Colonel Barog. According to the actual British, actual British history and all, it has been a story made by the locals. So I guess that's the story. Like that is the first thing. Second, I'll share after a few times, like after we continue, like that's actually a horror story. Like that's a story of the Sai Cemetery. So it's a story revolve around Mary Rebecca Watson. So it's a cemetery of that lady. So I'll share after 15 to 20 minutes.
Sure, sure.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, there have been many incidents where actual ghost stories are not there. Like even
Exactly.
the recent chat on the group was going on about Kundan Bagh. So there are many people
Yeah.
living on the house right now, which is supposed to be haunted, and those people are saying that
Mm,
every day there are people coming in doing nuisances because they think there is something haunted in the house, and they're just renting a
exactly.
property.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
that happens.
dude, like I'll say like 90% of the haunted buildings or haunted places in India are actually not haunted. It has been made to be, it has been made believe to people that it is haunted, but it is not.
Well,
Like locals are living there.
I don't know about what percent, but I would say
Yeah,
anything in between the city or in mid of city generally is not a
yeah,
haunted place. And like we
exactly.
have had places where people who have experienced crazy things in woods and like
Yeah,
some which society places which are completely disconnected from society, not like in a
yeah,
between whole concrete jungle there is one house that is haunted. There has been very
exact,
few stories about that, and very very rare cases, unless there has been murders or
exact,
something on that house.
exactly. Like I live in Mumbai. I have like heard a lot about RA colony, but we have frequent visit at night to RA colony, and there is nothing. Means at least from our point of view, there is nothing such incident happened to us till now. But there are people who have like stories or who have like experience about RA colony.
I generally don't advise people. Well, I just say like that I am the black sheep of this group. I don't advise people going on these trips on horror places
Yeah,
because I have heard
yeah,
enough that we should not actually go. I've heard enough people not getting well back. There has been an incident about one of our group member also who was a horror
okay,
enthusiast, used to go to places like that, and he went for a place where it was supposed to be haunted, so the owners called them as shadow guests, so they will go and they'll stay 2 3 days as guests and they'll get paid. But on the second day a lot of horror things happened with them, that that person which I felt like he was the most um, bravest of the group, he did not at least contact us for a few weeks. He said, I want to just get away anything about those, not even discussions for
yeah, yeah.
so they
Like
are things
actually, like
like that happening.
exactly. Like actually, I had a very bad experience. Like when I was interning under this guy, like just had a 3 months intensive under Jayalani. He's a uh, he's a he has a good reach in this field, like in paranormal investigation field. So I had a 3 month of experience with him, and we have visited like 12 to 15 places. So yeah, so in one of the place, like there is a school near Masuri, like near Hathipaw to be specific. So there we had a very un like very different feeling. Like we saw like the ghostly activity acting in a very different order. Like they actually captured our mind, and we were thinking like, should we suicide? What we are doing here? What we are doing in our life? Should we commit a suicide or something?
So
So
the
this type
energy
of
was very
activities
low.
exactly.
Did you feel even cold? Like there has been cases where
Yeah, yeah. Like, see, when we used to go, like when I used to do that internship, like it was a free internship, nothing paid, just for curious people. So he used to he used to like hold all this EMF meter and all these devices. Okay, cameras, uh, cameras, sensors, EMF meter, everything. So he used to take the readings. He used to check if there is. But the problem with all these devices are Earth also has its own magnetic field, right?
right?
And these devices they act according to the electromagnetic field. So if the magnetic field is very strong in some areas, so
Okay.
it will automatically give unwanted readings, right?
So it's like communication devices which like don't work on uh, places where there
Yeah,
are high magnetic rocks.
exact, exactly. Specifically in places like Masuri, Simla,
Like
Manali, all
hilly
these places.
areas generally have
Yeah, hilly area.
mountains which are magnetic. So like some
Exact.
most of those places don't allow helicopters also for the same reason.
Exactly, exactly. And whoever will be like, I don't encourage or I don't discourage anybody who is trying to explore, but I'll tell you, like I'll suggest you to be stay a bit like keep your precautions ready, because in these places you might not get a ghost or something, but you will definitely get wild animals. You will definitely get antisocial peoples like thieves or something. So be safe from this type of antisocial elements, because there might not be a ghost sitting on a couch waiting for you, but there might be some antisocial elements who can harm you.
I generally say just don't explore. Try to learn from
Yeah,
stories and that's it. Generally, exploring the unknown should not be a like
Yeah,
advice. The unknown is
exactly.
supposed to
But
be unknown. I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
Like I don't know about people who really are enthusiastic about going those places. I don't advise it, and I won't go. Probably, I know that. Also, yeah,
Yeah,
there was story about.
but like there are people like me like who want to explore, right? So
There are always
I'll
people who like to explore.
exactly.
Honestly, I've seen
But
a lot of
stay precautious.
people. Yeah.
Keep your precaution with you. So
Swagata, yeah, what
that's
do you
it.
want
Yeah.
to say?
I would say that Soumya said that there are wild animals in a place where there is coast. I'm not talking about secluded place, but in a place where there are negative energies, it is often, it more often than not, seen that no animals, no living beings like birds, animals, I would say stay in that very particular area. Temperature drops, magnetic field is high, of course that is there, but no birds or no animals usually stay in those kind of areas. It's
No, see.
these areas and the
Yeah.
haunted areas are rather quiet because of that.
No, see. If there is a like, let's say there is a building which is told to be like which is believed to be a ghosted building, like a ghost building or haunted building. There might be some animals like snakes or something because people go and throw like all this nonsense things, right? When we go to like when I have my experience when we have been to this like that school I'm talking about or Lambi their mines have been talking about or any other places, we have seen like people they drink and they put their bottles there. They all this waste materials have been put out there.
I
Okay,
think
so
snakes is only reptile or animal that is there. Apart from snakes like birds and all, they do not
no,
stay
no,
in
yeah, yeah, birds and all they don't stay. But here I'm saying about like wild animals. From wild animals, I mean that reptiles like snakes or something like that. That's it. Not like I'm not saying like
Uh,
there will be a lion coming out or a leopard.
Generally, those
Yeah,
dogs are like very low dense. They
yeah,
stay in very dense or very dry forest. Yeah,
exactly.
Harshraj has something to say. Harshraj, if I'm saying it right. Sorry, you can unmute Harshraj.
Hello, sorry, by mistake it happened. Sorry.
Yeah, what you said? It happened by mistake.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Oh, no, that's okay. I thought you have something to add.
but
Yeah,
definitely
I have to.
a burglar can come out from a secluded building and steal your stuff. That is a very valid point, of course.
Swagata, what did you say?
I said definitely a thief or a burglar can come out from
Yeah,
a
yeah. There has been
secluded
like I have
building.
heard a lot of these kind of
Yes,
things.
and
Like
steal your stuff.
Actually, guys, like I had experience. Like whatever I'm sharing, these are like
real
not much
experience.
of stories, but they are like real experience because I don't have any stories to share, but I have like few experiences to share. That only I can do. So I we have like experience like where a thief like or a person who came in the form of a security guard and he was asking us BD. So we told him, bro, we don't have BD, man. Like
Was he alive? Are you
so,
sure, or was he a ghost?
no
Okay,
idea,
yes,
He
no
could
idea.
be. Like there has been, there can be a ghost which turns
Yeah,
like
yeah,
security guard.
yeah, yeah. But we just told him like we don't have, and we moved out from that place. So he was also walking, and we saw him walking to a very long distance. So we didn't realize.
Probably.
Means we, yeah, probably he's not a ghost.
Okay. Yeah, there has been
Yeah,
cases where many people have met guards and all, and then later they found out there is supposed to be no
exactly.
guard there. There is to there no one employed.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Like if you go to this Malcha Mahal in Delhi, like there also like similar stuff happens.
Uh,
So
I
yeah,
have if anyone else don't have a ghost story, I have a story of my friend. My friend, I would like to share. Anyone has a ghost story?
yeah, yeah, sure.
Not a story, but there is like an urban legend that one of my other
Legend.
friend. I mean, if she's allowed, can she share?
Yeah, sure, please.
I
Yeah,
mean,
sure, sure.
she does. Yeah. So I'll just leave the speaker to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi guys, this is
Hello.
Mona.
Hi. Welcome to Sad Night Spooky Stories. The stage is yours.
Yeah. So this urban legend is from the parts of Indonesia and Malaysia. So it's about Kuyang. The Kuyang is said to have once been a woman. She wasn't born a monster. She chose to learn dark magic because she wanted beauty, she wanted strength, and a long life. She was maybe afraid of getting old. Maybe she was jealous of others, or maybe she simply wanted power. The rituals she practiced changed her. During the day, she looked completely normal. Nobody could care. She could live among people, speak to them, even seem kind and gentle. But at night, her curse revealed herself. Her head would separate from her body, pulling her stomach and intestines with it. She would fly off into the night. She fed on the blood of new mothers and babies. That's how she kept herself young. Villagers noticed that wherever a Kuyang lived, strange deaths or sicknesses happened after the childbirth. That's why people feared her so much because she wasn't some ghost. She was a neighbor, a relative, or even a friend. People had ways of protecting themselves, like hanging thorns or sharp tools or objects around the house so that her dangling organs might get caught, or using strong smells like garlic or vinegar to drive her away. And if anyone ever found her body lying hidden, they would just destroy it. Without a body to return to, the head would be trapped outside until the sun killed it. The scary part is not just the image of her floating head in the sky, it's the idea that she looks human, lives like anyone else, and only shows her true self in the dark. That is all from my side. Thank you.
That was an amazing legend. I feel like I've heard parts or like different versions of these kind of legends, which a headless woman or a headless person who does not seem normal, like does seem normal during the day and takes their true form at night only. And I believe Indonesia, Japan, in these areas, there have been many legends like this. At the scientific level, I personally feel like these were introduced for like safety of children and pregnant mothers or young women who are married to big families or lived in jungle areas. As see, most of this it can be summed up as don't go out at night, try to stay away from like outside places than a house. So it seems it can be summed up that way, but there have been many these kind of legends on like those areas, so there can be a lot of truth to it. I feel like there could be a lot of monsters like this, at least in the Indonesian subpart of Asia, or like the Japan, those areas, Japan islands. Yeah, Mukesh, you have something to add or something to say?
Yeah, so can I share a story of my friend?
Sure, 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 please, we are all ears.
Okay, so this happened to my friend. Uh, it happened like a couple of years back, but he recently shared it to me. So my friend, he's based in Pune. So just to give you context about my friend, I mean, before I get into the story, so he was a very active person, as in he was into sports and during the college days he represented his college in some like many tournaments, and not to mention he was also uh, NCC cadet who won best cadet award like for the Republic Day parade,
Okay,
something like that.
which sport
So
did he play, like which game?
he played tennis.
Oh, tennis.
Yes. So I did not study in the same college, but we later became very good friends through a common friend.
Oh,
So he shared it to me. So right after college, he joined TCS company and he was working there as a software engineer. And he did not quite like it there because like when you ask a sportive person who's been bunking classes, who's been playing sports all day long, and you suddenly ask him to sit in front of a computer and work for 8 hours a day, it wouldn't make sense for someone like him. He is someone who always like adventures of some sort. So one day what he does is, he along with a couple of more friends from his office, he heads out. So as I said, he lives in Pune, so he takes a scooty along with his friends and he goes to the outskirts of Pune to explore, to seek for some new experience, and to get a break from city's life. So it was, they left the office in the evening and planned that they will be back home by midnight or something after they done exploring the outskirts of the Pune. So it was around 10 o'clock in the night that they thought about taking a break, going out for a smoke. So they parked the vehicle nearby. It wasn't a forest per se, but it was, it felt as if the forest has just started as you leave, as you go away from the city. So it was quite dark, but not as dark as it you would expect it. There were a lot of trees around. Sorry. Yeah. So there were a lot of trees around, and there were isolated, detached house here and there, and the street was quite well lit. But they thought about taking a detour into some patchy forest area, to seek out that quote unquote thrill and experience. So after they took a detour, they stopped and they went for a smoke. As they were strolling around, they found a uh, graveyard with a lot of, you know, gravestones here and there. So I don't know for what reason, God knows, they thought about entering that graveyard and looking around and perhaps encounter some sort of ghost or something. So one of his friends gives him a dare, saying that there is a lamp post over there. Why don't you show your running skills by going and touching and coming back in, you know, in let's say 20 seconds or something like that. So hello, yeah,
yeah, 10 things not to do.
yeah. So so my friend, he took the challenge, and it was literally in the middle of the night, and these three people are like doing this crazy stuff. So as my friend ran towards the post and he touched, as he was about to come back to these two people who were at the entrance, near the entrance of the gate from where the race started, he encountered something very strange in the middle. He saw a man probably in his 70s, wearing torn and shabby clothes, very lean. He appeared as if he haven't had food for like 2 3 weeks or something, uh, or forever. He hasn't had food forever, and he grew long. He had long hair. I mean, whatever he could make out of the man in that dim light there was there in the graveyard. She approached his man, and the other two friends are standing near the gate, wondering what is actually going on. And he just stood there, and for some reason, those two people they didn't approach him. So this guy, my friend, he approaches the man and he asks, "भाई साहब इतने अंधेरे में क्या कर रहे हो?" Uh, the man did not reply immediately, and my friend, for God knows what reason, tapped on his shoulders. The man turned slowly, and my friend looked at his eyes. The eyes were lifeless, as in, if you see someone's eyes in a light, even in a dim light, you would see the iris. To some extent, you would see that shade of the iris, brown iris. But this guy, it looked completely black, and there was no reflection, nothing. Uh, that's how, at least my friend said, he looked like. So he asked that guy, "भाई साहब क्या कर रहे हो इतनी अंधेरी रात में आप यहाँ? What are you doing, sir? Like it's very dark in here." For which the man replied, "Nothing. Why don't you mind your own business?"
Oh,
The man said.
okay.
And for which the friend
Straightforward
was,
ghost, man. straightforward
Sorry.
ghost. The
Actually,
ghost was actually straightforward.
So
even the ghosts don't like nosy people.
Okay, okay,
to be
wait.
Yeah,
frank,
Let him finish the story. Wait. We'll go to that.
Let him
yeah, yeah.
speak.
Okay, yeah.
so apparently the man was kind of annoyed by the presence of my friend, and he continued doing whatever he was doing. So my friend approached a bit more closer, and he saw the man had a shovel and a small hammer with which he was carving out something on the stone. He was trying to emboss something, some letters onto the stone. And my friend asked, भाई साहब मतलब ये क्या कर रहे हो आप मतलब इसको don't bother these gravestones. I mean, it's very special for the people who have kept it. You are like altering the names of the people there. To which the man says, oh, is it? I mean, they just mispronounced my name, so that's why I'm trying to alter it. That's what the man said.
What? His
So
name?
yes,
Okay.
the man said they just mispronounced my name in this gravestone, so I'm trying to alter it. My friend, he didn't know what to do, so all his Usain Bolt instincts kicked in. He ran as fast as he could towards the entrance of the gate. And in nearby the gate, the other two friends were asking, "Bhai, तूने क्या पूछा? Bro, what did you ask that man?" For which my friend said, "Nothing. Let's get the hell out of this place, and I will explain everything to you." Mother, right? Just let's get out of here. And they just took a run from there, and they got onto the scooty and they left the place. I mean, this is what he said, and yeah, I mean, this, I'm not a very good storyteller, but this is what he said. But yeah, hope it provided you with some chills or something.
That was scary.
Bro, your friend is like he bothers a lot, man.
Yeah.
He should have done his
Very
work.
nosy
Like
person.
why he was asking exactly like
If I be,
No, so
like go
basically, so yeah, like he's like, what do I say? He's like very fed up with every monotonous thing. So he always looks out for, I wouldn't say trouble, but something that would kind of excite, you know, someone. So I mean, he is curious, of course, but he's also, let's say, to some extent daring. So which is why he was like, he didn't bother him, as in he was just a bit curious. At the same time, he tried his best not to, invade someone's privacy. If you could, if you know what I mean.
if you are going to invade someone's privacy, don't try it on a ghost, or at least on a dark place where a person has a hammer.
exactly, exactly. Anything can happen.
Nothing good will happen. That's for sure.
Yeah, nothing good will happen. Exactly. Also that person might come from any political party, CPI or CPIM. So he can get offended, man, if you ask him like why are you holding a hammer?
Okay, I don't get political with things, but yeah,
Hilarious.
true.
Exactly. Great, but it was a good story, man. Like at least people had like their personal experience with such kind of things.
Hmm, that's true. Anyone has any other story? Like, yeah, now you can discuss about the ghost. Also, if anyone has any other story,
And
they can go for it.
the story that Sumit, Sumit's friend, narrated about a person, headless person. In Bengal is where there is a ghost called Kondopata. It's
Skondopata, we
very,
have heard about those
yeah,
ghosts.
Yeah,
so,
it's very famous.
Hmm.
yeah, it is also a headless person in the rural Bengal. It is, I would say, it is famous. So yeah,
Yeah, like Bengal is very very like famous for this haunted activities because I come from Odisha, so like I know like in Odisha, Bengal, and all these places they have.
I think every place has haunted
Yeah.
activities.
Yeah,
Mm,
Yeah.
most places have like the regional like spirits or ghosts
Exactly.
actually.
mm,
Like in Maharashtra,
Exactly.
especially like the Konkan, like Konkan has so many stories, and it's like, but it's also all like stories actually. No one has recently experienced anything. Mostly it's stories.
I believe in earlier days, not, anything which could not be explained used to be ghosts.
Might be.
you cannot
Might be.
judge the
True, true.
ancestors.
I
No,
mean,
either
Not
it's ghost or
all,
it's God. One of the two.
yeah,
not all
either
Yeah.
it's good or
ancestors.
evil.
Sometimes, yes. I mean, if you see some Japanese, I would say cultures and Japanese perspective of ghosts, some, I would say most of them, not more, 80% of it is based on, it's more scientific and psychological. It was made to keep people from doing certain bad habits like cutting nails at night and all, or keeping their hair open. These were there. These stories do. I mean, it has no relation with the ghost. It is mostly to discipline people in general. But certain times there are actually ghost stories.
Like Himachal Pradesh and Uttarakhand also have a lot of ghost stories, and like their own devta stories also. Like they, every village has their own devta. So like they also have like urban legends, ghosts, and all these things.
Yeah, even like I am currently in Rajasthan. Rajasthan has a lot of ghost stories and their devtas and a lot of these. Honestly,
Where are you in Rajasthan? Like which place? Because
Jaipur.
Rajasthan has lot of places. Okay, you're in
Places.
Jaipur, no?
Yeah,
Yeah.
currently.
So why don't you visit Dosa? So
Uh,
there is a village in Dosa,
Because he is not
Dosa
the
called
fan of
Avan.
visiting any places.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was about to say that. The thing is, I have recently heard this sentence from Swagata. Hear stories, listen stories, don't be a story yourself.
Great. No, but I have a story from this place called Dosa. Like there is a village near Dosa called Avaneri. So it's an ancient kingdom, like you can say Jamindar type of thing. So there is a like you guys must have heard about this Baudi. Like it's a big well type of structure. So
Yeah.
if you have seen, yeah, if you have seen Bhool Bhulaiya or Dark Knight, something like any of these movies, there is a big structure, big well type structure has been shown there. So actually, there is a place in Dosa. So to one of my crew member, like one of the crew member where I was a part. So one of them actually has visited this place, like Avaneri. I guess Swagata has like something to say.
Yeah, Swagata.
Before the story starts, I want to ask a question to Soumya that is it, I mean, is the conclusion of the story is going to be the ghost exists, or is it again going to be a mythbuster story where the ghost does not exist and people are being
Hilarious.
taken?
Whose
See,
story?
uh, see, like I have like 13 experience in total, and out of 13
No,
experience,
Soumya, I'm not asking that. I'm saying
no,
in the
no, 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 no.
original
I'm
story
saying
that
like
participant.
yeah, I'm saying like I have 13 experience in total, and out of that 13 experience which I'll be sharing, like possibly one more today, and like in the upcoming weeks I'll be sharing. Only four are like actually haunted, and nines are like it. There was nothing. Like it was just a rumor spread around, like rumor spread by the people around the places like located around.
Where
So
located?
exactly.
Uh,
So
Is it one of
so
the four
that's all.
or is it one of the nine? The story of my
Yeah. Like this is not actually my experience. This is one of like my friend's experience. Like he was one of the person who was doing the intensive along with me. So like it was one of it. Yeah, because what happened actually, like after we completed the internship, we got 15 days task. Like you have to complete this task. Only then this internship will be completed, and we were sent to different locations alone. Like you have to go alone, and you have to like take all these readings. You have to shoot and do these things. So he went to this place called Avaneri, this Baudi, and he had a gene like experience with gene. Like you guys have gene, jinnad, and all this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he says like it is an actual experience. Like he had a very bad experience.
Oh, so you are going to
share
Yeah.
share
the
the story
experience
now?
or story.
What?
Can you share the experience?
Okay,
No, we
okay,
are
okay.
waiting for you to
So
tell the story.
Yeah, as I
okay,
said,
got
we
it,
share
got
the
it.
story.
I thought like everybody got paused. Like I thought like nobody is interested. So,
No, no.
anyways,
No, we are very much
yeah.
interested. We just don't want to interrupt you.
Okay, great, man. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Okay, so actually, this person he went after monsoon. Like he went during like November time. So it was cold and like like the days are hotter in desert and nights are too cold. So this guy like he went to this Dosa and it's near to Jaipur only. Like it's some 60-70 kilometers from the Jaipur. So uh, so he went to Dosa and he actually asked this local people. They told like we don't know actually is there any gene or something, but when we travel from this area in the night because it's near the street only. So when we go through the street during the night, we heard some type of noise coming inside from the well. Then this guy, because he was from a science background and it's very difficult for my type of person like who comes from a science background to make them understand that there is a ghost or something, right? Because we don't believe. Like we try to find out like logic and all these things. So he told like there might be the sound of like frogs or something like the water also because the water rises during the night. So he had some heated argument with them. So they told you go, you do whatever you want to do, but don't ask any help from us. So what this guy did, he went inside the well, like inside this body, and it was a very like like large amount of water is there and it's a very big body. So the backstory is actually this body was built in one day because there is a water crisis in this area like Dosa. So the king of Dosa, he actually in the 900 AD, he actually built this body with the help of a jinn. And what happened, the jinn asked him that once I complete this body, you have to give your throne to me. So basically, I'll be the king of this place. So what he did before this Jane completed the body, he actually called a lot of purohits and he captured the Jane inside the body itself. There is a cave inside the body where the Jane temple is been made there. So they have also made a Jane temple and they somebody from the village they go and every evening they worship there. They give like whatever offerings they have and they worship there. So what happened? This guy actually went in the night, like around 1 p.m. He went inside, and uh, during the evening time, he was sitting outside, chilling out. In the around 1:30, he went inside, and he directly went to that cave, and he started smoking cigarettes there. He was like out of the world. Like normally, people tell that don't smoke or don't do any nonsense activity in this place. So suddenly. Uh, as soon as he completed, like as soon as he was going to complete like his cigarette, so he heard like a sound coming from his left side, like, and it was a very annoying sound. Like it was such a sound that um, like some uh, cheetah or something is being roaring or something, some similar kind of sound. So he thought that this is a desert. There is no wild animal near. So how can a cheetah, and this is a whale where is water is there, water logging is there. So how come a cheetah or some a wild animal come inside? So he started investigating. He had this EMF meter and all this stuff. So he had very high frequency, like the EMF meter started moving very rapidly. So then he got the idea that there is some activities there. So what happened? And inside that, like within every 15-20 minutes, he was feeling very very hungry. Like because before he went inside the well, he had a good amount of dinner. Like he did a very good quality dinner, and because it has been advised that don't eat anything nonsense while you go to investigate, because your mind can play with you, like you can hallucinate or something. So he had a very very quality dinner, but after smoking, like after 10-15 minutes, this incident happened. So he actually started feeling hungry. So he thought like, okay, let's eat an apple. So like he was eating apple, so he found out some annoying sound coming from outside of the well. Like it was a very very similar sound as a like a bunch of bats, if they're sitting in some place, no, they sound, it was a similar sound. So he went outside and he searched for bats. So where is the bats, like who were doing this thing? So he found out there is no bats. Okay. And now he was afraid to go inside, because inside also there is sound coming, and outside also like there is a noise coming outside. So he was in a dilemma, like what he will be doing. So, but he has to go inside, and because he has left his phone and all. So when he was going out of the well, so that time when he was like when he was stepping the stairs, that time he found out that means he felt that somebody is pulling him inside. Like somebody has been choked his neck and pulling him inside from his back. So that was the actually horror experience. Like he anyhow he managed to come out, and he left that place before it was 3:30. But that was the experience he had. Like somebody pulled him down, and there was a noise coming out. So this was all about the activities. He didn't saw any ghost or anything, but the but it's not like ghost will come to you and tell you hello sir, how are you. It's like basically like they will play around you, right? They will play with your mind and anything like that. So this was the story like around it.
That was scary to hear, like sounds and all.
Yeah,
Like anything happened
yeah,
with him, like at night or something?
exactly. Like we are talking here, it's okay, but like if you think of a person who is going through this process for 2-3 hours, so he will be harassed mentally. Like I have seen a lot of this haunted activities. They play with your mind instead of coming out and telling you, "Hi, bro, how are you?" They like play with your mind.
Homo
Hmm.
sapiens are not civil and you expect ghosts to be civil and say hi.
What?
Human beings in general are not civil, and civil people with civic sense and all, and you expect ghosts to be have
No, no, no. I'm not saying. I'm
civil.
not saying like they'll come and say hi, but they will not come directly. Like as in the last story, uh, that guy's friend. Like what's his name? Like anyways, the last story. Like his friend had a incident, right? So a man was there, and
Yeah.
so possibly many of time that situation might not happen, and many of the time that situation may happen. So
Yeah.
I whatever experience I had, most of the experiences are like this. Like the entity try to try to hallucinate, like try to play with your mind. You have like certain different experiences. Like you might have a feel that like somebody is pulling your leg, or somebody is trying to play with your mind. Like you have like suicidal thoughts, something like that.
Mm.
Suddenly, yeah.
I feel the guy in the last story where who was, correcting the spelling of his own name, which was rather kind of him, was, I would say, rather condescending. He was like, is it? So he was not polite at all, and he didn't say hi and all. But yeah, I get the point. The fact that the coast don't break our necks and spare our necks is more than what we can ask for. I mean, civil sense, I think, is the last thing we got to expect.
Yeah, and there are like different entities, right? There is jinn, there is like brahmarakshas, there is like um, bhoot and all this, like lot of entities. So different entities act in a different way, right? So
That is true. Like
Hmm.
different type of ghosts and entities have their own like ways of doing things.
You guys are talking about gin and all. I didn't really have like any really cool experience with gin, but a couple of months back, one of my mom's friend, they have this like one Guruji, like you know those like babas that these people have. They tell what's going to happen in the future or
Okay.
something of that sort. You know where
Um,
you come to them with some issues. So one of my mom's friends, she was like very excited, to introduce one of their home babas or something to to us. Like she just wanted us to meet that. Baba, and maybe like we were having like few family issues, so just this thought like we could just like you could get some kind of solutions to that Baba. So we just went there, and I thought this is he's going to be like any other Baba's going to like open up his laptop, see something from whatever knowledge he has or something. But then in turn, like when we started talking to him and we started telling him all our stories and stuff, he just grabs like a paper and a pen and starts like writing something. I don't know what language it was. Didn't seem like any Indian native language or something that I've never seen before. It was just like I cannot even see he was scribbling. It was like it more seemed like some kind of an ancient language. So he was just like he was talking in air. I thought he was just talking to himself, but and I thought it was like really weird. I was sitting like almost right next to him, and they told me like since it was like a really small place, I couldn't sit right next to him. But there was like there was enough space for a person to sit there. So when I went there, I felt like really weird, like for the first few seconds, and there's nobody around, like there. It was only me, the Baba, and other two kids over there. So just sitting right next to the Baba, and I felt really uncomfortable. And I moved from there. It just felt like everything felt like really heavy. I couldn't breathe easily. So I just moved from there, and later on, I just sat somewhere else, a bit away from him. And after that, I could see his other assistants or disciples. They were not allowed to. They were not allowing anyone to come anywhere close to him. They were all like at a certain distance from him, almost at the same where I was sitting. And he was just like talking into thin air, and he was just like requesting something in Hindi, saying like, "अरे ये कर देना, क्या हो जाएगा? थोड़ा ढूंढ के बता देना, ये कर देना, ये करवा देना." It was just like he was ordering something or he was requesting something. I thought he was just talking to subconscious mind or something. But then later on, there was then like among the group there was another guy who has some kind of experience with these kind of people. So he was telling that this guy is not a Hindu, although he was like telling us Hindu mantra and stuff. But turns out he was a Muslim, and uh, he had a hold of some gem. I don't know how he got this information, or maybe what, but he could. The way this Baba was sitting on some kind of seat, he was like looking around, and he was only talking to the corners of the wall. I don't know why that is, but he was only looking at the corners. He was never looking into our eyes or at any particular person or anything. He's drinking water. He's looking at the corners of the wall or the room, and he was talking. And then later on, this guy comes and tells us like we were just like, leaving from that place. It's like this guy seems to be a Muslim, and he's writing some. He's like some kind of jinn. And later on, when my mom just like rectified this with that auntie, she told like, yeah, this is true. To some extent, he might be like he somehow captured a jinn who listens to him, and maybe he does some kind of things in order for the jinn to listen to this Bob or something. I don't know how true this is, but this made me feel really uncomfortable because I don't know if I was sitting on the gym because it felt like really weird. But I can tell you this that I did feel very uncomfortable. It just felt really heavy. Like I couldn't breathe easily, and I don't know. It was like very strange. I really can't describe it in words, but I don't know if that was it or maybe I was just like I had some stomach issues or something. I really can't explain, but it was really weird. Since you guys were talking, this reminded me of that particular incident. I thought I could share that with you. If it's not real or not.
I feel like genes is very different from inherent cause that we are aware of. Genes are created as far as I know. Genes are kind of like humans. They have their genes are creation of the nature, and they are like humans have the right or the will to choose between being a good gene or a evil gene. They can choose being between that. They can choose to be a good gene. They can choose to be an evil gene. So it depends. So yeah, they can also choose their owners if I'm in certain cases. But yeah, it depends on the gene as well.
Yeah, I think I do agree with this because I narrated the same story to another friend, and he happens to be from somewhere around Jharkhand. So
So maybe you're
he
not
had one.
audible. Your sound is very feeble.
Oh, okay. Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. So yeah, so I happened to narrate the same story to one of my other friend who lives around Jharkhand, and he also told me something what Swagata just told. There are two types of gyms. One is the good and one is the bad. One like not necessarily bad. Someone who would demand for something more in return of something that you might ask them for. Like suppose he told me one of his friend, like or someone he might know, they just like overnight became like not overnight, like over a period of time, but very rapidly became rich, and every week they used to go and do some kind of a sacrifice over some kind of a ton. I don't know if this is true or he was just like making this up to hype me, but he did mention this. There are two types of gins, and the one that his friend had met or something was a female jinn. I don't know. He was telling that he could see this. He couldn't see exactly, but like if he would look around in his room, like he could see, like suppose if there's a bag and a shirt over it, he could like through the corner of his eye or something, he could feel, he could sense like something is sitting over there, something with always, and it's not like it's changing every time. It was something like something like lady looking kind of like with the hair, long hair or something, and he could feel you know the chills down his spine every time, like whenever he wanted something, whatever he wished for, he would somehow get it in one way or the other. Maybe not exactly what he wanted, but then later on he would end up getting a lot of hurt. Like he would hurt himself here and there. Like suppose it's like opening the door very randomly, he would just get like really deep cuts, and to an extent where he's bleeding. So one of his friends was saying that like his friend, like the one who was getting hurt and who was bleeding or who was just getting like really random injuries, he was saying that maybe this is his way of paying the jinn, maybe. And I mean, this all don't make sense to me, but these are like stories that I heard from him. So I don't know if the jinn that was with his friend a good one or a bad one, but this is something that that I heard from my friend.
निकल गए ना इतना मस्त मौसम में ना
Yeah, I think genes, because they're not ghosts and because they're creation of nature, they also like humans. I mean, I'm going to share I'll share some interesting stuff that I know about genes. I mean, very little things I know, but I'm going to share that is Genes, because they're creation of nature, they are also accountable for their actions, and it is also believed that they will be judged by God on the day of judgment. So yeah, so it is very similar to human nature. Genes can also choose religion. They can be atheist, Muslim, Christian, Jewish, and all. So yeah, I think genes have been recorded to have helped certain prophets. Good genes, of course, have recorded to help certain prophets and were companions of prophets over the years. So there are good genes, but they are not very, I would say, violent or animosious. They are rather calm in nature. Good genes, of course, but genes are very calm and contented in nature. They're not violent, they do not want a repayment, or you do not have to pay a price for a jinn to be companion with you. They choose their master, they choose who to be companion with. So yeah, I'm not very sure about your friend's acquaintance if that's a jinn or not. But as far as I know, they're not violent and they do not want anything in return. That's what I know from my very little knowledge, I would
Well,
say.
there have been different
I mean, you
interpretations of
cannot say
it.
you have very limited knowledge. I was just about to ask you, like, how do you know these many things? Like, you have always something to say. Are you like following this as profession or something? Are you too much into? I mean, Swagata, you. Like,
I'm
are
from
you like
Bengal,
into all this?
black magic and all.
It's a stereotype.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know. This
That's
point, should I
just
No,
take you
no,
seriously or
no, no,
not?
no, no, no.
that's just a stereotype, I believe.
I was
Being a Bengali and
kidding.
doing black magic.
Kidding यार हाँ, कर दूंगी सबके ऊपर चुप. No, I was of course kidding. The reason I know all of this is I was seeing a documentary about all of the stories randomly on YouTube about various horror stories and all. Because I'm a little bit autistic, I went a bit deep into this ghosts and all. So yeah, so that is how I know certain things. I
Okay. I mean, I might sound really stupid over here, but I will not be surprised if Swagata turns out to be a ghost or something because her voice and
Honestly, I
everything
was
is just like,
also expecting she could turn out to be. I always have this like
yeah, I
one
mean, I
day
will
a
not be
ghost joins our
surprised.
session and
She like comes along and knocks on the window and is like, hey, remember,
no, that I don't
I had
want.
to say something about
Just on the
gyms.
session. The moment I end the session, I don't want anything to do with ghosts.
I am going to go and sit and pray today's Krishna Janmashtami and all. I don't know.
what is this? On Janmashtami, I'm getting allegations of being a ghost. After I did the puja of Krishna in the morning. Huh? What is this, Krishna? It's not good. You're raping me like this by people calling me ghost in session.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. We're just pulling a leg. Don't worry.
I might be a vampire as well. Close your windows at night. No, kidding.
I mean, vampires, I don't really mind. I mean, I don't know much about them, but I only know like they have like superhuman speed and stuff like that. So if I would get converted, I mean, turned into a vampire, I wouldn't really mind because I could sleep through the day. At night, I just go have like be at my own peace. So I wouldn't really mind that. Vampires sound really cool.
I don't like them. They live too much. Like as a person, I would like to just die after a age. Why to live so long?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody has watched the show called Sandman.
Sandman,
But
I would like to watch. I haven't watched it.
so okay. I mean, there's like one episode in which there's this one guy who makes a deal with this sand. I mean, I completely forgot the story, but I don't remember this part where a normal guy, he makes a pact with this Sandman guy, and where he tells Sandman that I want to live, forever, and I would like. I guess Sandman was saying like, it's good to be dead or something like that. Why do you want to, why do you want to live in this like so much misery, and what's the point of living? And this guy, this human was like very excited about going through everything. He believed that no matter how good times are, there could be bad times, and once there are bad times, there could be good times. Like it's all about experiencing things, and he enjoyed it like a lot. So, uh, I mean, I was like really fascinated by how this human, like was thinking. Like, I mean, I just don't want to die. I just want to keep seeing what's going to happen, and like every year, maybe they decided a particular day to meet, and every single year of that day they would meet at that particular time or something, and it was like really I mean I would not mind living for like as many years it could be as long as there's time and stuff like that. It would be really fun to see like how things would evolve and how things would change.
You have
So
not counted for my friend. Imagine, just imagine getting a pet.
mhm.
Just imagine getting a dog. Okay, what is the worst thing
Okay.
that can happen when you get a dog? What is the worst? Like my biggest fear when I get a pet, or if I ever get a pet, is the pet dying, right? And that is the
I was
worst
about to
that
say my
can
mom
happen.
finding out, but okay.
No, no, I'm just saying, just get a dog and think about that. Just getting a dog. Now imagine every person,
Mm.
every living being around you happening now. It's not just
Mm.
the
I think
dog.
it's not
It's not just
about
the
the.
family member. It's everybody. Everyone
Yeah,
you
that's
have a
true.
connection with dies, and you don't.
You have to experience that,
No, it's not
and you
about
cannot die.
it dying. I would say it's more
Yeah.
about you outliving the pet. That is what it is. If you die before the pet dies, you are happy. But the fear is you outliving the pet.
You have to outlive everything, right? If you are like ghost, if you are immortal, you have to outlive every person, every dish you ever tasted, every food, every good thing that you felt in your life, also the bad things but the good things too. Every good thing you
But
had
you're
in your
welcoming
life,
new
you have to
things, right?
outlive that.
Yeah, but then that's like part of it, right? If everything comes, it should go. But also, you make room for something new. I mean, that is how I see it. I mean, of course, what you said is really valid.
I don't
That
know.
is
Like,
some.
I have lived a very small life till now, but I still feel like there are things I would not like to change in this world. I want these things in that
Yeah,
manner, and I would like them there only, that way only.
right.
I think even vampires die, but they die much later. The lifespan is rather long, of 300, 400 years. But
Well,
even
see the
vampires
That's not
die.
low.
see the in. Well, that was very very convincingly, like it was like you totally believe it. So I would have to ask, are you, or do you know this information, or how do you know about this? The way you said
Don't
that
say
was
movies.
true.
Don't say movies.
Yeah, also specify if you say movies, which one specifically? Hello, did we lost our empire?
No, no.
That was very firm. That's not true. Like I had some things to say, no, but now, no. I need to hear this.
See, it is in. I read a novel called Dracula. Yeah, it was about vampires. So there, I think it was mentioned about the age limit of vampires. And of course, the author is a very famous author. He did write his novel based on legit, I would say, sources. So yeah, that is where the age was mentioned and even the castle and all was mentioned. So I think the knowledge or the information that I just said was from that novel. But there are also mythologies that prove my point.
The dogs are not liking what you are saying.
No,
Or
these.
maybe there is some entity around you. The dogs are.
Hey,
Or
don't.
maybe it's the no,
Ah,
it's the ghost of the dog.
No, ghost of the person. The dogs are just seeing them.
Oh, just look out your window.
You might find. Just kidding. Sorry. Please continue.
No, I think like the vampire thing. I feel like it's more of a conspiracy theory than a horror thing.
Maybe it can be.
No, because like there are many conspiracy theories like XYZ actor is an vampire. It's a vampire. It's like that. Like what is his name? Nicolas Cage and all. He is a vampire because they find some old picture of like in the 1700s and something like that. Then and it's like the same. It looks similar actually, not same. And people are like, yeah, it's the same person, so he is a vampire. So people do this type of connections. All
Yeah,
conspiracy
that's true.
theories.
But like few years ago, I went to my old not old town, I would say, but one of the like my grandparents' town, village, and people were like recognizing me as someone else. So like there are people who look very similar to each other. I have been a victim of this. I was recognized as someone else, and they're like, "Oh, you are from this family, right?" I'm like, "No, no, no. I don't live here. This is my first
Mm-hmm.
I just come here like very, very rarely, like once a year or even less than that." So yeah, it can happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's there are people who look really, really alike, not just like similar, very much alike. That people who
No, but people take that thing and they
yeah,
connect
they
it with
make this.
like a vampire thing.
That's what I said. That they make these kind of things as vampire or like connect with current actors or someone.
Hmm.
There are like it's said right. There are seven people who look alike in this world. At least there are two that I know of now.
Yeah.
Like imagine someone who sees you daily is not recognizing you or recognizing someone else as you, because they used to see that person at least once a week, and they recognize me at that as that person. So
Yeah.
probably it can happen to anyone.
I think the reason why people often call actors, especially actors or celebrities who
Because they're
often take
famous and they
role.
can be seen everywhere, right? Yeah. By the way, just telling like our session is going on from one more than 1 hour 15 minutes. So any other ghost stories or anything, or I'm gonna end the YouTube live.
No, I'll tell one story.
Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
So this is a story in which happened in Philippines actually. It's called the haunted story of the Manila Film Center. So in the 1980s in the Philippines there was like a dictator. His name was Marcos Ferdinand Marcos, and he had his wife. Her name was Imelda Marcos.
Okay.
So she was very like obviously she was a they were dictators, so they were very extreme. So like if they want something, it should happen. It was like that. And so she wanted Manila, which is the capital of Philippines, to be like Paris or like Hollywood or like London. So she wanted to make it famous, and for making it famous, she wanted to make a building for Manila Film Center. So she wanted that there should be a film center where uh, celebrities like actors and all from around the world will come. There will be film festivals, everything. So she wanted that to happen, and and they wanted to do that before 1982 because they wanted to do the Manila International Film Festival in the January 1982. So and they start but they have very less time, like just 1 year or more than 1 year. So the issue is that because they have very less time, so she orders the workers to do something very impossible. So she tells the workers to work for 20 hours, 24 hours a day, keep working. So the work is not stopping. So for example, like one shift is ending, again next shift, again. So there is no break for their work. They are keep like thousands of workers. They are working day and night, 24 hours by 7 days. There is no break, and it becomes uh, like there is one structure of building with all the lights. So it looks like a glowing skeleton because it's like the bamboos and everything. So it looks like that. And one day, not day, one night around 3 a.m. in the November 17, 1981, uh, everyone is working, workers are working, they are putting cement on the floor. And but what is happening is, because they are working continuously and they are not waiting for the cement to dry. So what happens on the upper floors, the scaffolding, like the bamboos and the structure which covers the cement, it falls down, and with that scaffolding, the cement also falls down. So basically, it's literally a rain of wet cement, and there are thousands of workers working there. And so on the workers, it's cement is falling, and they are getting trapped in the floor, in the cement. So they are half buried in the cement. Not thousands, like hundreds of workers. And so everywhere it's like panic mode. There is chaos, and men are like screaming for help. And so they need to bring more men, like for rescuing. So the rescue mission starts, and but it gets difficult and difficult because when they are in the cement, it was wet, but as time goes by, it starts becoming dry and drier. So it becomes difficult to take them out of the cement. And so that dictator, like the wife, Imelda Marcos, she comes there. And so reports claim that she stops the rescue mission, because if it is taking that much time to take out the people, there will be a delay for the work to get completed, and they will not be able to complete it before the film festival. So what she orders is, she orders the other workers to put cement on the people and bury the people alive. And so obviously she's a dictator. No one can say no to her. But and they are also scared because this is very immoral. This is like very wild thing to do. So but they have to do it. So they pour cement on the people who are already half buried in the foundation. And they cover it, they make it plain. So there are people in the cement, but they make it look like it's fine. And they complete, they start work again, they start construction, and within like 3 4 months the film theater is completed, and the structure, which looks very good, but obviously people don't know that there are people buried in the building. And so like it gets opened, there is like film festival, so celebrities are coming, the actors are coming, everyone is, it becomes very famous. And after a point, like when there is no film festival, the guards there, they claim that they hear cries echoing through the empty halls. So like within the walls, they hear like muffled cries of the people who are buried inside, as if they are already awake. And so they hear, like for example, if they are near the wall, they feel like they are being touched by some person. And so this happens, and everyone gets scared actually, because most guards and people who work there, they are experiencing these things. And so like after some time, some other accident happens there, and it gets abandoned, like that place gets shut, and after that it's not open yet. So that is the story of Manila Film Center.
That is scary.
Yeah, that is very creepy.
It proves the point that humans do more horrific things than ghosts to other human beings.
Yeah, no, in that Scooby Doo, if you watch the Scooby Doo cartoon, there is that thing which I saw one photo on Instagram, like real ghosts are humans. Like, yeah. And it's so like humans, we say like, we like saying things like, we say for animals also, animals are like wild or they are cruel. but that's their nature, na. Like lion or tiger, that's their nature to, they have to kill people, to like kill other creatures to eat. But it's humans, like humans are more cruel than any other entities or creatures.
Yeah, it is said like the cruelest things which humans have done outweigh by a million than the like the worst one
Yeah,
that any animal has ever done.
even in like movies when we see na, like we see some cruelty happening, and will think that no, this will not happen in real life. But like if we do the research na, there are things which have happened before, which are very cruel and done by humans. So like humans are capable of doing many things, and mostly like good things also, bad things also.
Well, guys, it's 11:30. I think I'll stop the YouTube live, or like you guys have story or something to share.
Yeah, I just want to share like my last story of the day. Like, and this is actually a haunted story. Okay, like like Swagata, like if you want to ask, like it's actually a haunted story. It's not like a myth buster or something. So
Oh, okay.
I'll just, yeah, I'll just share this story. Like it was actually my first like haunted experience. This is my experience, to be true. Like where I felt like, because this he in this place I was all alone, and I actually explored this place all alone by myself. So this
Was
place
it
is
like
called
which
like
year?
hello, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which year was it? Like, well, what's the time?
It was around 2018. Yeah, 2017. 2017 during December. December 2017.
Oh, yeah. Please continue. I was just asking a question.
Yeah, yeah, December 2017, exact time it will be between, I don't remember the exact date, but it will be between 16 to 21st. Because after that, uh, I came back for my friend's birthday, whose birthday is on 24th December. So, because it was in this range only. So, I went to this place called Solan. Solan is in like Himachal Pradesh, so near to Simla, and this place is called Daksai. So if you search for Daksai, Daksai has a rich history, and it has a history from the Mughal period itself. So it was actually called Dagesai, like the people who all are Dag on the Sahi, like means who all are traitors to the throne, like to the Sahi Darbar. They were persecuted in this place, like they were punished, or they were sent to exile in this place, and they used to die in misery and all. So in 1908 there is a like doctor who comes to this place, and because it is a cantonment, it is like a army cantonment in Daksai. So now also, like if you go, like there is an army cantonment there. So like there a doctor came, like his name was George Watson, and his wife, like Mary Rebecca. So she was his wife also, and his assistant also. So like they used to treat all this local people, and they used to take care they used to take care of this local people very very nicely. So what happened after their marriage, like their marriage was around 10 to 12 years, they didn't have a child. Like normally, like if someone marries, they like have a desire of having a child, so they didn't have a child. So they actually like did lot of things, like they went through the science, they went through superstition, and like they went through all this baba and all this like puja part, everything. So they actually met a baba, and after that, like they did some puja thing, and after 2 years Mary had a son, like Mary gave birth to a son. But what happened during the birth, the son and the mother, like they died after 3 days of like giving the birth. So like both of them died. So after that, what happened, like normal procedure, like after death, like they took them to the graveyard, and they had all this last rites. So after this, the story starts from here, like after the death of Mary Rebecca. So after that, what happened actually, mm, this her like her body was in this cemetery. So what happened? People started believing that whoever take the stones from her grave, so they will have a son. They will have a son, and for having a son, like for having a like male child, what happened? Like all these pregnant ladies and their husbands, they started digging out her grave, and it was such like it went to such an instant that her body was seen, like up to a such instance. So after that, what happened? Like people started having haunted experiences. They told like we see like Mary moving here and there, like with her 3 days old son. We have seen her like and whoever trespasses in this area, she haunts. So this was the actual story like which I heard, and I went to this place. So I actually, when I went to this place, I parked my bike there. Like there is a street. Like it's not a main street, but it's a sub street, and you have to park there, and you have to go inside like around 400 meter down. Uh, so when I went there, like I went around 6:30 in the evening, because normally it is told that when you go for this any investigation, you have to see before the sun sets. Like you just go and have a proper visit. Like is there any like sitting area there, like where you can have a small nap, or is there any reptiles or anything, so that you can carry like some safety measures. So all these things. So I just went there, I saw these things. I was there till 8. Then I came out, I had my dinner like 2 kilometers like from this place. Then I went again like around 9:30. I went again and I sat down there. So till 12:31 there was nothing happening, like no single person was there, nobody was there. It was completely dark, nothing was happening. Around 2, like around 1, suddenly like this dogs, they started barking, and it was not the barking that happened few minutes back, like to Swagatas, like from that side was coming. It was not that type of bark. It was like uh, it was feeling like the dogs are crying, they are not barking basically. So like in my household there is a saying that if dogs are crying, either somebody will die or there is some ghostly activities will happen, like in some time. So I had that feeling. So like I actually set up my EMF meter, then infrared cameras and all, so that I can record. So when I did that, around 2:30 there was a signal, there was a blink in my EMF meter. Okay, so there was a blink in my EMF meter. Then I got like there is a, because there was no wind, and I have already checked that place is it was not a magnetic field area, like high magnetic field place, because if it was, then the EMF meter would have blinked before, right? So what happened then? I did all these things so that I can record, so so that I have to submit. So when I was recording, there was a, yeah, yeah, like hello. Yeah, yeah, okay. So when I was, yeah, so when I was recording this thing, so there was a sound coming from a bit distance, like there was a like sound of a lady. Okay, so it was like somebody was telling my name from a bit distance area. Okay, so somebody was saying somewhere like from a bit distance. So I heard that. So I went to that place. It was like somebody was telling my name from a 50 to 100 meter of place. So I went that side and I found nobody was there. Then I saw like near my bag there is a shadow, like there is a shadow of a lady near my bag. Okay, so at this moment I was like freezed, like I got actually freezed, like because nothing has been seen, no lady was standing there, but there is a shadow of a lady, and you can distinguish between a lady and a man, right? Exactly. Like you can completely distinguish between both the figures. So when I went there, like I ran and I went to that place. So there was no sign of a shadow or something. So I first of all, first of, for the first time I heard thought that I might be hallucinating, like because you hallucinate in such type of places and you already have a story inside you. So hallucination is a must. So what happened? I took like I washed my face, like I took a sip of water. So again, what happened? Again, after 10 minutes, I saw a lady like moving from the like going through the like boundaries, like jumping from the boundaries. I saw again. I saw a shadow, and this time I can realize it is a lady. Like a lady is jumping from the bushes. Okay, so that time I realized, okay, like this is actually a ghost, and I have a like haunting experience, and my EMF meter was like blinking. Then the most haunted thing after this. So when I like all these things completed, it was like 4:30 in the morning, like the sun was about to rise. Then I checked my like camera, like whatever is recorded there. Then I found like in the camera, like I am just moving here and there. There is nothing else. Like there is no shadow, nothing. Just I am moving here and there.
आगे नहीं जाएगा
So
वो पोर्ट्रेट रियल में
exactly.
जाएगा
So
हाँ वो
so like
पोर्ट्रेट रियल में
what?
जाएगा वो थोड़ा सर या प्लीज कंटिन्यू
Yeah. No. Like what you told, like I didn't get you. Like,
no I said so there was nothing on the camera in you saw a lady so the
yeah.
camera showed
Hello.
you
Yeah,
or
I
like
didn't
there
get you.
was
Like
something
what you
like
told. Like
I
huh
think he didn't say anything, it was just noises and all.
okay. Got it. Yeah. So like then when I saw like when I checked my camera, like there was nothing. Like yeah, but there was some noises. Like I told you of this lady noise that was been captured in the camera. Like but there was nothing else. Like the that was the only the noise was been captured. Nothing else. No images or like no shadow structure or nothing. So then I thought that like okay, if somebody
yeah
is a
sorry to interrupt I
paranormal,
was
like
talking in mute that time sorry I wanted to
yeah,
ask you saw the camera and there was nothing moving so did you check like the
yeah,
timestamps and all like was it like exact timestamp when you were like seeing that ghost
exactly,
and there was no
yeah.
signal disturbance nothing
Uh, no. There was no signal disturbance, but there was no recordings in the camera at that time. Like it was completely blank.
so you could not see the recording of the time when you saw the ghost other time you were moving
Exactly, exactly.
and those cameras like are they connected with electricity or like battery something like generally people take
No,
battery cameras
they are battery cameras only.
okay.
Like how can I get electricity in that place, right?
Yeah.
So they were connected to batteries. Yeah, they were connected to batteries, and it was like I have three cameras. I had three cameras. One at the door, like one at the entrance. One at the grave of this lady, and other it was a 360 moving camera. So it was capturing everything. So in all the three cameras, I didn't get anything. And at this particular time, like one haunting experience happened at 2:31, 2:31, and other haunting experience had around 2:17, 3:17, sorry, 3:17. So
अरे बहुत सुंदर
yeah,
होता है
so at both this time I didn't get anything. It was completely blank, and
ओह
other time it was just me
नहीं
moving here and there, like searching for something. So it was like so when I told to Jay, like he told like
नहीं
he also had a similar haunted experience like at the same
नहीं
place.
चिपको
So he told like it's fine, man. Like it's okay that
अभिषेक
you are
के
safe. Like
Ubija bara
that
buji
ghost doesn't
ragu
do
like bara
anything to
buji
like
na mi janmya peli mo ai ke
strangers, because there might be other haunting experience like where the ghost could have manipulated or like the ghost could have actually attacked or something like that. So he told like it's okay, means you just got a signal, but that's it. That's the thing. Like that was the like actually the first proper haunting experience I had,
दरबार में जी आरती करन लजन नो आवे तैयार करे
and
पहली
I started believing on ghost from that day. But before that, like I used to take like this in a
अच्छा क्या
joke or something. But that
सादा
was
ही
the
मेरे
first
दिन
time like
सादा ही
I
करते हैं
took it seriously.
हम्म बस
Yeah,
मैं
guys. I
अभी
guess
तो बैठा है
that's from my part.
नहीं 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 सोया
I think the stories about the camera getting shut off
आप लोग
or
बताइए.
camera glitching when the post arrive, they are not true. I think it was, I would say, it spread the stories
Yes,
got
why what?
famous
Yes,
from
Mashmi ka.
ghost movies and horror movies because it adds an element of surprise in the movie.
ठीक है था.
But in real life, I don't think all these things happen with the electronic devices. It catches or
चल
something.
रहा है देखिए तो
Yes, it does not
का टाइम.
Yeah.
capture the post or anything, but
Yeah.
it does not catch if it is not.
So it actually didn't capture anything. And actually, at this point, how I know, because I was also tracking my watch. So I was having a
तो अभी
digital watch, like I was
चलो 12
tracking
तारीख 13 तारीख आ
my
गया.
watch
हुआ
also.
नहीं तो काम.
Plus, during this time, the frequency of EMF, like the EMF meter, basically EMF is a voltmeter. It's actually check like if there is any energy like nearby. So it was actually moving to the highest degree. So that was the point I actually knew. Like there
अच्छा.
was some energy inside it, but the camera could not like capture, because after all, these are like artificially like human-made cameras, and something there are like a lot of things that human can't like capture, right?
Yeah, it
देखिए
doesn't
खत्म.
capture surely, but it does not
Yeah,
glitch. Yeah, sure.
yeah. No, no, no. It didn't glitch. It was just like
Yeah,
तो करता है.
nothing there. Like you can't see anything. Okay, so
understandable.
that was the, yeah, that was the thing.
Bye.
So anybody, like I'll suggest you guys to visit this place, but visit in morning, like because this is a very beautiful place. Like they have very constructed the structure, they have maintained it, so it's a very beautiful place.
No answer. Bye.
I have a story.
Roasted Chenna.
If
Yeah, please share.
कहाँ था
if
चोना.
I don't know, I think the host I think is not there currently.
था.
I guess you can share. Like
सुंदर है.
will
भाई सुंदर लग गया. बांध बूंद कर बनाएंगे.
if time is there, like we can share. Like yeah,
Am I audible? Clearly audible?
Yeah.
yeah, you're audible.
Okay. I think wait a second. Hmm. So this is, I would say, the scariest incident that I've ever witnessed in my entire life. I would say. I was in sixth, seventh standard when this incident happened. I visited Kerala with my family,
नहीं.
and
कर लो आप.
we booked a very lavish hotel near a very popular waterfall. I don't remember the name of the
इसको ऊपर
waterfall
अगर मैं तेरा
or
हाथ
the hotel, but
मोटा
it
कर
was
दे.
a very lavish, pricey hotel. I would say resort, you can say. And interestingly, because our families booked it way earlier, two families went. My family, my mummy, papa, and all, and my cousin brother's family. Two families went because we booked the resort at a very odd time. We got an entire floor that two floors that were empty, right? And okay, so when we went there and we checked in. There were some issues in the resort. For some issues, I don't remember the issues and all, but for some reason, our hotel rooms changed in the last minute. And because we had already paid the price by that time, we could not change resort or we could not look for resort after the inconvenience. So there were like two houses. There is one building here. After with maybe it's in the same campus, there is another building. So we got two big, I would say, rooms and all in two different structures or two different buildings. I'm saying buildings, but it's just maybe two-storied, I would say, structure. So we got two rooms in different structures. We were irritated, of course, but we had to take it. We decided after some time that our families will stay in one building, and me and my brother will stay in another building. Interestingly, the building that me and my brother chose did not have any people at that time because we booked the resort at a very odd time. The entire building, entire two-storied structure has no people in it, and it's just me and my brother in a big room. There are two rooms, but it's a big room, and there's only me and my brother in that entire building. We were very happy. We thought we enjoyed a lot in the morning. We rejoiced ourselves. We clicked a lot of pictures and we hung around in the building because it was so peaceful. No people are there to, you know, I would say, get disturbed by our chaos. In the night, everything started changing slowly and gradually. In our room, we had a very lavish bathtub with a jacuzzi. Now, people who don't know what jacuzzi is, in simple terms, in layman's language, it is a foam creating machine, right? So, yeah, I took a lot of pictures there and all. So, there was a jacuzzi in one of our bathrooms, right? And in the evening, or I would say around when evening was starting to end, suddenly me and my brother are, I would say, uh, talking and conversing in my room, and the jacuzzi gets turned on suddenly out of a sudden from the bathroom. Now we are like, what is happening? Because we had to really, it was a hassle for us to turn on the jacuzzi and make the jacuzzi work because it was getting stuck, and we didn't ever used jacuzzi ever in our lives. So we were like, oh, how is this jacuzzi getting turned on by itself? Because it's really complicated thing to get turned on and to turn on even by us. So how is it turning on by itself? I went there. I went into the bathroom, and I, wa- I was like, I was kind of shocked to see the entire bathroom is completely dry, as if no jacuzzi was ever turned on. Because jacuzzi releases water into the bathtub, but the bathroom, entire bathroom, is spotless, is impeccable, is completely dry. We came out of the bathroom. We thought we were like hearing sounds because it was a very tiring day. We were exhausted. Then it, my room. It was a big room, and in front of us there is a balcony with glass doors, so we can see inside the balcony, right? It's a beautiful view of now. Now there is a, I would say, there's a very reclined chair, the one we see in beaches and all, and it's a very beautiful chair. And it was like night time, of course. It was the moonlight was very clear and strong and vivid. We saw a person, like it was an empty chair, right? Suddenly, my brother froze, and I was conversing with. I was looking at my phone, scrolling. When the moment my eyes went to my brother, I was shocked because what is he seeing? Then I noticed the shadow from I would say, the reclined chair that was falling on the ground of the balcony, on the floor of the balcony. We saw the shadow of a figure. And if a person sits in that chair, how the shadow of a person will fall on the balcony floor just beside the chair. Even the movements of the person's clothes were there because it was windy night, and I froze as well because I could not believe my eyes what I was seeing. I froze. I started panicking. I started crying. So I wanted to call my I would say parents and all, but when I checked my phone, it was no signal was there. And I mentioned before everything this happened, the current was gone for 30 minutes. Like, even when the jacuzzi turned on, it was more shocking that it turned on because it needs electricity to get turned on. And when this all was happening, it was I would say load shedding or the current was gone. And so I tried to contact my parents, but it was through no network because the resort is in a very secluded place. And I started panicking and I started crying, but I could not cry out loud because I don't know what I'm seeing. The glass doors are open of the balcony, the doors of the balcony are opening. I do not know what I'm saying. I do not know what to do. I cannot even cry loudly. There is a person. I know. It's weird. Also, I started like clawing my brother's hand. I held my brother's hand. My nails dug deep into his palm and all. And my brother stood up and he's like, okay, let me check. Maybe we are hallucinating. And he was trying to calm me down. But these, I would say, sugar coated words do not work on a person in that kind of situation when a person is seeing a shadow on the ground without a human being. It's weird. So my brother was like, okay, you sit here. I'm gonna go onto the balcony. And the moment he said it, I'm like, no, no, don't go. But he's like, no, I'll check if maybe the shadow of the chair is like that and all. Or maybe it is like this. My brother went into the balcony. He opened the doorway and from the balcony he called me. Like, okay, he will not shout from the balcony. He called me and he was asking, is my shadows also showing? And trust me, I screamed into the mobile phone that no shadow of yours is showing, but the figure that was sitting inside that the shadow that I was seeing, I just saw the shadow stand up. Or the figure stood up, so the shadow also was like that simultaneously. And my hands went cold, my entire body went cold. And I was seeing my brother was far away. I want my brother to be with me.
What was that?
And I don't know, the shadows
What was
also
that?
stood up. So, what my brother said, brother screamed. Brother cut my call and he screamed from the balcony, turn on Hanuman Chalisa on your phone. Without thinking much, I tried to turn on the Hanuman Chalisa on my phone, but it was showing no network. I I was crying. Tears are rolling down my cheeks. I'm sweating like a pig. I screamed and I did not even bother to call my brother at that point of time. I screamed, I shouted on top of my lungs that network is not there. He very calmly, I don't know why, how he was so calm. He very calmly came out of the balcony, shut the glass door closed, and he sat beside me. Now, in that cold, no, in that summer, I would say, night in Kerala,
Happy
my
birthday.
brothers and sisters are sitting,
Happy birthday,
we
Ritika.
are sitting like I would say with our backs touched. His eyes are on the balcony and my eyes are on the other side of the on the door side, on the alley side, right? So that we both can inform each other if somebody or some entity is
Happy
coming from
birthday.
that side.
कितने साल का हो गया आज?
So and I am sweating. I am, you know, there are I'm mumbling. There muffled cries are coming out of my mouth, and after some time, I also see my brother chanting Har Har Mahadev, Har Har Mahadev, and he's also crying. And I see his body shaking, my body is also shaking. And the entire night, there are various things happen that night. Sometimes I'm hearing somebody is taking a shower in my bathroom. You can hear a person taking shower and bangles crinkling, you know, and all these things are happening. Sometimes there is a knock on our doors, on our main door, and what not. I don't remember vividly what happened because it was so scary and traumatizing for me as well that I don't remember the vivid descriptions here after this moment. And it felt like a storm that you cannot recall vividly, but after a certain point of time, around 4 o'clock in the morning, the current came. I don't know, maybe I went senseless and all, maybe we both went to sleep. I don't know what happened, but the current came. The last thing I remember is my brother getting up, rubbing tears out of his eyes, and like patting my head, giving me water, and trying to call somebody. That's the last thing I remember from that incident.
जन्माष्टमी मनाया गया, ऋतिक का बर्थडे भूल गए
So
जन्माष्टमी
yeah,
को?
that was my story.
Very scary.
Hmm.
So Swagata,
How
like
long ago
was
was it?
Yeah, Prasanna.
No, I was asking like how long ago this happened.
I was in seventh standard, and how
Oh,
long? Yeah,
so
it
two
was
2 years ago.
2 years.
Amazing story, Swagata. Guys, I actually have to drop. I'll end the live stream.
Yeah, we late.
Okay.
It's 12 o'clock
Yeah.
already.
It was amazing.
exactly.
The session was really great, guys. I had so much fun, and we had so many great stories. I would love you guys to join next week and have the session again with more stories. Have some crazy ghost experience in this week, and let's meet again next week. Bye.
Sure, sure. Bye.